Oh, you really gonna play the whole thing?
Yeah, what the fuck? What are we doing right now?
Ideas?
So we're doing. This is what we're doing. React.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got a million dreams. That's all I do is dream.
I feel like I'm in a movie.
That was the intention.
I thought you played piano.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the Chop Shop.
This is dreaming.
I am Eddie James. Next to me is my trusty brother from another mother.
Woo.
Yeah. DJ React.
Yes, sir.
DJ React.
Yeah.
When us producers talk about who got the heat, our ear to the street, this man is definitely a part of that, man. I started listening to his music during the pandemic, and I was like, who in the F is this guy? Hailing from Boston, Massachusetts, Beantown. I'm telling you, the music is crazy, it's beautiful. He is going to be somebody. He already is somebody. Multi-talented musician.
This shit is crazy.
The pops go crazy,
this
right?
shit is crazy.
The pops go crazy, man. This is crazy, man.
This is a live listen, too. I haven't heard this shit before.
It is, man. I got goosebumps, man. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Chop Shop, we have Catman Beats.
Ooh. Hey, thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, man. The bop is crazy. Pause.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It's funny. We were just talking about I hadn't listened to that mixtape in a while, but I'm definitely getting that on Spotify soon. It deserves to be on there. But that track, that was the intro to the mixtape at the end of the day I did a couple of years ago for those people listening. And that beat was Double OT.
Yeah, see, talk your shit, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Because I listened to it today and I was like, all this shit is dope. And then I finally looked and you had everything itemized with the labels,
with
man.
the times,
with the time and the names. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, when we talk about unsung producers, there are so many beautiful minds on this planet when it comes to music, and we can't get at everybody. But React and I, we do our homework here at the Chop Shop, and your name came up a while ago, actually. I was like, man, I just want to reach out to the dude. I think I left you a few messages, and it was radio silence. I was like, hey, the beats are crazy, B. And I got nothing back. I was like,
yeah.
I was like,
to be honest, I'm so bad. I'm so bad about checking those message requests, but I'm getting better about it this year for sure.
It's quite all right, man. And this is what this show is about too, man. Like, you know, obviously we have we have a lot of big names but the meat and potatoes of this show, and the real meaning of this show is about you know, the working producers, us working producers, that got next, and we believe that you truly have next, man. Like you know, not a mid nothing. I tried. I was looking for anything mid. I was like, this dude is crazy with it, bro. And if you look on his Instagram page, right? And if you look on his Instagram page, all you see is you know, the hands with the with the bass, keys, the bop, and strings or whatever.
The blips, yeah.
The blips, right?
Yeah, I'm famous for the blips. Yeah, people shout those out.
That's right. And it's amazing, man. So thank you for coming on the show, man. Please explain. Man. Go ahead, React.
I will say this.
Yeah.
You got to retire something.
Huh?
Before we go any further.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. You have to retire something.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Please retire and please refrain from saying meat and potatoes from this point forward. Please.
Okay, yeah, that is crazy.
Eddie loves his meat and potatoes, bro.
He's being funny about meat and potatoes.
Yeah, you say meat and potatoes. It's just such a bad
it's
phrase.
so funny you say that because you just played that mixtape. At the end of the day, that came from me and my good friend Lucas Apostolaris. He's down in Miami, great jazz composer, drummer, multi-talented. I would talk to him all the time, and I kept saying at the end of the day, like, you got to talk. I would use it in conversation so much it became a meme, and he would make fun of me for it. And I was like, I'm going to call the mixtape that.
Eddie's going to put out a beat CD called Meat and Potatoes.
You used to say meat and
you got to
potatoes
put a
too?
beat tape out called Meat and Potatoes.
You used to say meat and potatoes?
No, at the end of the day, the name of that mixtape you just
at
were
the end
playing
of the
start
day.
of,
Yeah. Okay, all right.
That's a phrase that I had deep in my vocabulary that I had to unlearn.
Yeah, the same way you need to.
So the
unlearn
mixtape
meat
helped
and
me.
potatoes.
Boy,
I guess so.
So we keeping receipts now, yeah.
Yep.
I am definitely going back.
Keep the fucking timestamp. 7 minutes and 15 seconds in.
I'm going back to our through our episodes.
I'm sure I said some wild shit at some point.
Well, you didn't say much because you never say anything.
No, I talk. I speak when spoken to.
Because you never say anything. It's okay, Cat. It's all right, man. Like,
anyway,
I can see like a little civil rivalry over here now. You getting on me and everything.
No,
it's okay. All right,
so I get it.
Let's progress forward, sir.
Yes, I'm getting rid of meat potatoes.
With the meat and potatoes, let's go.
Yeah, because that is a little suspect.
Yeah, you need the veggies too. So.
A little zesty.
That's right.
Cat, first of all, I'm wondering what happened to the rest of your afro, because it used to have the crazy afro, like for real. Like you got the mini fro now. It's like, it's dope.
Yeah, I know.
But it's really you still got the afro.
Yeah, it doesn't grow like it used to.
Yeah. Yeah. When I listened to your music, man, like and then when I saw that you were from Beantown, man, you got guys, you know, a lot of rich hip hop history over there at OG, and you know, Static Selector, Terminology. You know, there's a lot of heads in Boston. Benzino.
A lot of great producers.
I'll give him his props. You know, can you explain about, like, when I listen to your music, it is, the bop is different. It is different, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel hip hop, I feel jazz, I feel new age. But just explain, like, how you got started and how basically you got your sound.
Yeah, I guess, well, you said jazz, and that's definitely, I think, the main mixture that kicked everything off. I mean, I was, to be honest, listening to whatever my parents listened to, but the first thing that I gravitated to that was like my own was like classical and jazz music, which is like so goofy. But I was like, 7 or 8, and I was literally listening to like Rachmaninoff and CDs like that my parents would give me. And so eventually went to some birthday party. It was actually, it was a 90th birthday party for my grandma and my uncle were turned 60 and 30, and they called it the 90th birthday party. And there was a piano in the corner, and I'm just walking over there, 7 years old, like plinking out happy birthday. And my parents are like, we need to get him a piano. So I've just always had the ear for it. And I've always loved playing, like, jazz piano is my main thing. Studied it in college. And that was always my main passion pursuing. But I've been writing and producing, like, on and off. I started on Acid, Sony Acid, in like middle school, and that's when I started making beats. But I listened to all kinds of music. So, like, what you said is, like, you hit the nail on the head. It's like, I was actually a really big metalhead. I played bass and sang in a few different bands in middle and high school as well.
How many instruments you play?
So mainly just keyboards, piano. Don't really sing much anymore. Never been a fan of my nasally voice, but that's how I feel like everybody who produces says something like that. They don't like their voice and all that. But yeah, so I play some bass and guitar. I don't have the guitar out right now, but
okay,
those are the three really. I used to play a little clarinet in the band. Shout out to Mr. Kane. I learned to play the clarinet just to fill the section out for him. Like, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and he was a jazz bass player, so he kind of drove that a lot. We also had these two brothers, the Zaleskis, in my high school growing up, who really influenced me. They ended up going to the Dave Brubeck Institute out in California, and just really talented people. Glenn, the pianist, plays with Ravi Coltrane, Ari Honig, like all sorts of big names. And like having people like that to look up to, literally in my hometown.
Yeah.
So I actually grew up in Worcester area in this little town called Boylston, which is like right out of Worcester. Yep, Worcester.
You see,
But I've been in Boston for.
I got it down, Worcester.
That's my stomping ground, though. I've seen so many shows in Worcester, and so I always joke. This is my joke is I grew up in Worcester area. I went to college at UMass Amherst, so I spent time in Western Mass, and now I'm doing my time in Eastern Mass in Boston. So I'm doing every third of the state, you know. But I've been in Massachusetts my whole life. Yep.
As long as you don't go to Springfield, you're good.
Oh, I've been there a couple of times.
Don't turn no corners in Springfield, bruh.
No, I get that. I played a few gigs out there way back in the day.
Springfield's a dope city. You know,
Basketball Hall of Fame out there. Yeah,
for sure. Claim of fame, and then the MGM. You know, so what I was getting at, you know, with all you know, just the music in Massachusetts, and then when I sit and listen to your music, you know, I hear, like I said, I hear the jazz, I hear all that. When did the bop come? You got that bop about your drums. You know, talk about your earlier days starting music and starting to track stuff out, and I guess your feel for hip hop, because you said you were already doing you know, you were in metal bands, stuff like that, but there is a strong hip hop presence in your music.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Basically, when I was I didn't start creating that kind of stuff until college. Like most of what I produced when I was doing like Sony Acid, I first got FL Studio end of high school. And that was when I started being able to like kind of create those sounds. Like I honestly didn't know much about sampling. I just had what I had to work with. And
wait a minute, here's the running question real quick. Did you have the go ahead, react. Did you, as far as FL, did you have did you have a demo version when it first came out?
I had a totally cracked FL8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but I pay for it now. No, I earned it. I gave it back when I could.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now I'm on 21. I've progressed through it. But I was stuck on 10 for a long time. And I eventually, shout out to Latrell James. He kept on saying, like, you got to upgrade to the next. And he's the one who's pushed me always to go to the next one, because now I didn't even realize that 21 has all this built-in AI stuff. Like you can extract stems from samples like right in the playlist, which just blows my mind. Like things are just moving so fast nowadays. But yeah, shout out to ImageLine, because I feel like I wouldn't have been able to like hone that sound at all if it hadn't been for FL Studio. And a lot of that, like, so to step back where you're saying about the hip hop stuff, though, it wasn't really until I heard Quasimodo, The Unseen, that album, I was like, I want to do that, which is just so funny, because coming as an instrumentalist into that, he's like, all of that samples, like literally the entire record is just samples stacked on samples. Like, you know, the Loop Digga, that song is like, just like, probably 20 or 30 different songs just shoved together. It just blew my mind. And then that addition to, the Holy Trinity is Madlib, Dilla, and Flying Lotus. Those are like the ones that really kicked me off. His first album, his second album, Los Angeles. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, from like 2007, I think, 2008.
You talking about Flying Lotus?
Flying Lotus, yeah.
Yeah. I'm familiar with that album.
But I call that's like my producer, like Trinity, that like really got me started. That's how I always called it. And then Robert Glasper coming through with Black Radio, that just blew my mind, because I was in college at that point when that dropped. And I was a fan of him as a jazz pianist, and I loved like all the soul he would inflect into it. I loved all the Dilla stuff, like the Dilla interludes that he would add. And it just started influencing my writing. I literally went through a period where I wasn't writing as much, and I was just kind of messing around with a little bit of production. Mm-hmm. And I literally ended up doing my master's in composition, because all of a sudden, like, people like Glasper would just influence me. I started writing for big band, for orchestra, and I decided to apply. And I stuck around for a couple more years, wrote like 15 plus big band charts, a couple for studio orchestra. Won a couple little downbeat honorable mentions here and there.
Do you hear this shit react?
Yeah, this is like some. Yeah, I know.
This is like 8 years ago. The last time I wrote a big band chart was in 2016. I did my master's suite, which was like a 6-movement thing where I tried to fuse the two. I called it for big band and electronics. It was the Overload suite. And it was like 3 big band movements. And then it was 3 like sort of smaller group movements where I added some electronics to it.
Right.
Specifically, we would just play along with some of the beats. We would do some live stuff. I had my Moog Lil Fatty. I was doing the crazy sub to like rock the concert hall. We just had this tiny little recital hall, maybe like
crazy,
maybe like 150 seats, maybe tops. And oh my God, that was a lot of fun. And but that was back in 2016. When I moved to Boston, I literally stopped writing for bands because outside of school, you just can't find an orchestra to write for easily. You know, it's not like you can just call up like 100 of your friends and be like, "Hey, you got the timpani, you got the cellos, like roll through." You know, you just can't. You have to offer them some bread.
You know, some people. You like, "Hey, man, let's get the old band back. Let's do it."
Oh, I could have if I had worked harder. I could have, but I was so over my head. I mean, I basically did the masters more so just to put off adult life for a couple more years. I was really lucky to get the stipend through that. Shout out to UMass. I feel like I wouldn't be the musician I am without the people out there.
That's what's up.
So Jeff Holmes runs the program. Tom Giampietro, an amazing drummer, composer. He was a big influence on me. Man, he plays with I don't know if you know Jeff Coffin, sax player. He played with like Dave Matthews a little bit after
Okay.
After I'm trying to remember the guy that passed, the violin player, I think.
Yep.
I can't remember his name, but anyway, Jeff Coffin's got a cool band. He's got Victor Wooten's brothers in that, Future Man and stuff. So I got to meet those guys with Tom. He like took me out to dinner at this like African restaurant, and I got to talk to Future Man, which was so cool.
That's dope.
But I wouldn't be the musician I was, or that I am now without them. Wouldn't be the producer I am without that experience. But like you said, like I kind of came into it from left field, like literally left field. Because it wasn't, I didn't start making stuff with such an extreme hip hop bend until I came to Boston and started meeting people in like a real scene. Like there's not really a hip hop scene in Western Mass. You know what I mean? It's like I was studying computer science undergrad. You know,
There definitely isn't in Hardwick, Massachusetts, where my son is going to school right now at Eagle Hill. It's like in the middle of freaking nowhere. Was it Palmer and Barry, Massachusetts? There's nothing there, so I get it, man. UMass is right there. We talk about different producers, and we had a whole plethora of producers that came on the show, and the way they got into doing music, and like whether it be DJ first or a musician first. Like you truly started off the classical route, and
basically I went backwards.
I don't think we've had, but I don't think we haven't had anybody, right? Composed music. Like
there probably was a few guys that came on that were classically trained. I think Mr. Lee was classically trained at some point. A couple other people, but I mean, I think
Tico might have been too. Tico as well.
Tico as well. Yeah. Tico as well. But I think you're the first one who like started off like that.
So many layers, bro. And then when we listen to the music,
jazz was it?
It's like, but when we listen to it, it feels like Lotus. It feels like Dilla. It feels like Madlib. But
it doesn't sound like.
That's why it's the Trinity.
But
you truly have your own sound.
You get the feeling of those three, but it doesn't sound like either of those three.
That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
We listen. We're running like we just run a joint, man.
Oh shit. Forgot about this one.
Let me ask you this question. Because when it comes to beats like that, do you even, are you in your own mind about the track, or are you feeling that sometimes You know, like the drums are like super duper 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 to the left. You know what I'm saying? What's on the one? What are you finding on the one to bring it back? Is the question, man. Like, I want the secret sauce.
Well, you definitely caught another big influence when you said the one. I mean, James Brown, like hugely influenced. Okay. Like, I feel like you can't create all that cacophony like Flying Lotus does, you know, or all that swing like Dilla does, or all the whatever the hell Madlib does.
We just heard it.
He's all over the place. No, I know, but I'm saying those guys influenced me, but they all have like kind of that lineage, that unity of like to me, the kick drum is always on one in some place, whether it's a 2-bar loop, 4-bar loop, 8-bar loop, and you just got to dance around that. And I'm trying to remember, as Frank Zappa said, like music is just like you have a period of time and you get to decorate it however you want. And I guess I just followed that kind of ethos. For a beat like that, that's like a little out of left field. Like, I wasn't expecting you to play that one. That's funny. I made that in the pandemic. It was like a totally different style I was exploring there. But that was only like less than a year after I had my Prophet, which, as you know, Eddie, it's all over my page, like just the wall of prophets on my wall, on my Instagram page.
That's how I first, I don't know how I stumbled on your page, man, but you were in my algorithm, and all I saw was this was during the pandemic. So you were literally on the bed. On your bed, with your keyboard,
my home studio,
and it was crazy.
I don't know if it was the bed. I did do some bed videos, but I did have a futon in the room, so it might have been a futon.
It might have been
set up as a couch. Yeah,
you looked really relaxed.
For a beat like that, though, it's hard to explain where that comes from. I mean, I think I chopped the drums first, and a lot of people are surprised by that. As somebody who plays piano, like that's all the bands I play in now, like professionally, or piano, keyboards, synthesizers, like whatever. And I always start with drums. Right. And that's something that surprises a lot of people, because I think the drums is the most important part. And it wasn't until I started meeting so many, like, we have such a vibrant community of producers in Boston. And we had our own version of, like, if you guys are familiar with like the low end theory out in LA, rest in peace to that series of shows. We had our own version of that for a few years called Nightworks. And that was when I really started to take off, started to create and build a following on Instagram, just from meeting people like, man, there's so many names. Like, it's so hard to, like, I don't know how to like say like everybody who's influenced me, but like people like Lightfoot, people like Latrell James, if you know, he's a rapper, but also an incredible producer.
James, super dope. Yeah.
Producing for JID and, I mean, so many people, but also like people like, in Boston.
You ever listen to Corey Henry?
Oh, of course. I mean, I love Corey. He's oh my god, he's been playing since he was 3.
Corey Henry is just talk about a god, man, or a god. I mean, that guy is a god.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, and then just shout out to a couple other friends of mine in Boston, D-Phrase, Loman. Like, there's a ton of great producers out here, and I would be doing it. Just I got to call out Razan too, because he was the one who started Nightworks, and unfortunately, the pandemic kind of put a stop to that. But we did, I think, 10 or 12 episodes, like, and we had some amazing people come through. I know House Shoes did one. I know Daedalus headlined the last like official episode we did. And I got to work with so many people.
Our brother House Shoes.
Yeah. Shoes is the homie and fellow chop shop.
He's a brother to the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, I mentioned that you were coming on the show, and he was like, "Yo, he's dope."
Oh man, that's cool. I know he follows me on IG, but he's like tapped into everything. So, just cool to be on his radar. He
really is, like,
to get his stamp is, he's very he's harsh with his words,
I've thrown so many instrumentals to him, and he was like, he don't even say it's trash or anything like that. He just
cool.
Gives me
it's cool.
Like, yo, it's cool, but yo, I'm saying, like, and then he'll go into a whole spiel about, like, I'm like,
God damn it, Shoes.
Yeah, he's funny like that, man.
But no, he definitely gave you a shout. I was like, yeah, we got Catman Beats coming out.
Man, that's so cool to hear.
How the hell did you come out with Catman? What is Catman?
So I've been going by Cat.
Like, did you have some cats? Like,
so my name is Cat. I've been going by that for a few years now. It was a nickname for a while, but it's literally my initials, CAT. Actually, Catman with the man on it started as like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but AOL Instant Messenger, that's my generation. Like I was on that all the time, AIM, and I was Catman da Bomb, and that was my name for years and years. I still use an email that has that on it. And when I started my SoundCloud, I was like, what do I call this? I don't even know. Cause my main one was Catman da Bomb on SoundCloud. And it's not nearly my main one anymore, but that's what I would put like my compositions on, like playing with the live bands. I had a few different groups I played with. I would put up all the stuff I was writing for the UMass groups, but really just whatever I was feeling. And then when I started my SoundCloud page, which was I think it was like 2014. I can't remember now, but I was like, I'm just going to call it Catman Beats. And that, for whatever reason, was available on all social media. So, and this was like a few years later. I didn't even join Instagram until 2016. I was a little late to the game with that. And I was lucky to be able to get such a consistent branding on like Twitter and Facebook and everything. Oh, yeah. So just been rolling with it since then. But yeah, I just feel like Cat suits me as a person, you know? I like the nickname.
Nah. That's dope. That's dope. We were talking about early on with your parents, your parents musicians, or they were throwing jazz?
It's funny because I'm the only musician really in the family. My sister has a great ear too, but she gave it up to play softball. And I still think that she could have been a great, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, I don't know where it came from, to be honest. Like, I think just my parents have really great taste.
This is moonshine, by the way. I'm drinking moonshine, people.
Moonshine and scotch. Oh, damn.
That's water.
This is Everclear. No, I'm just playing.
But yeah, I mean, like my parents just have impeccable taste. That's all I have to say. Like my mom definitely listened to more of like the electronic hip hop funk, like bass heavy. She loves bass. Loved stuff that's danceable. Oh, okay. And my dad was more of the jazz head. He was the one listening to like prog rock. Like, man, I heard so many different groups through him, jazz fusion stuff. Wow. And I was thankful I'm very thankful that I got his record collection. Some of it, I kind of picked through it. And I feel like when they moved, they threw out all the ones that I wish I still had. But
so you grew up on like Return Forever.
Oh yeah. Return Forever. I'm trying to think. Brand X is like this British group that I was digging into, that my dad had stuff on vinyl.
Dope.
Phil Collins was on drums in that group for the first couple of records, so that might.
Oh, really?
You might know Phil Collins. I don't know, but
of course.
But yeah, no, so many different artists, and I always like joke that I'm like a product of the union of those two style. Like they have like sort of different tastes, but they have a lot of overlap. And obviously, I'm like kind of generalizing, but that's sort of where it came from, is like that dancey, groove oriented stuff. Like I remember distinctly like going to like swim lessons as like a kid, like 5 or 6, and my mom would be playing like the golden funk hits, like 24 like classic singles, and like Tell Me Something Good, all that stuff. Sure. But then I'd be like driving with my dad to preschool, and he'd be playing like Steely Dan, like Pretzel Logic and stuff like that.
Hell yeah. What a great album too. I love that album. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one specifically because East St. Louis Toodaloo, I was so confused. Actually, shout out to Duke Ellington because he was in the intro that we played earlier. But that's a Duke Ellington song they covered, and that talk box in that, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I just remember like asking my dad because I thought it was a duck. Literally. But
I forgot to ask, your nationality is what?
So a mixture of a bunch of things, but
okay.
Mainly half Canadian on my dad's side, and then a quarter Italian. That's where I got the Italian curls from.
Oh, and then React. There you go. React.
Mixture of a bunch of random stuff in the other quarter. Yeah.
When the moon's in your eye.
Borelli.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm part Borelli. Yeah.
That's okay. There you go. Borelli. That's it. Oh God.
That's all right, man.
Let's play this shit.
Yeah, let's run some joints.
Oh wow, this is another pandemic one.
I'm telling you, man.
This is all random that I'm just picking. So
you can pick any joint,
anyone,
and it's fire.
Man, this one's a little different. It's like kind of more.
What were you thinking when you sat down to do this, B?
I'm trying to remember for this one, it's hard to say.
This is crazy.
Man, this brings me back. This was like, I don't know how to explain it. This was like me crying through the music about the pandemic. I did this in like June 2020. I remember this one.
Yo, you gotta repurpose all these joints, B.
Oh.
Right? Woo!
And this one's kind of a mixture. There's a lot of samples in this one buried in the background to create that sort of Quasimodo vibe. You got the little strings, the
you flip samples?
trumpets and stuff, yeah. Oh, yeah, in this record, there's a lot of more samples than... so that's from the 2020, I think this was like July or August, Benefit of the Doubt. And that song is called Full of Doubt. That's like kind of the one that like pushed me to do the record because I wanted to put out something that kind of captured that spirit of like what a musician feels when they are like kind of like doubting what they're doing, but they are confident at the same time. And that's what drives their progression. It's like, it's kind of like what you're saying. You have to be your own worst critic sometimes in order to progress.
Yeah.
You have to be confident in what you're doing. You have to be like aware that you've got a craft and a sound, but you also have to be able to refine it. And I feel like that was something I was really exploring.
That can be a double-edged sword sometimes too, because
definitely. Well, this was the pandemic. I mean, so much doubt during that time.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes as producers, sometimes we can be in a vacuum and we don't give a shit what people think. You know what I'm saying? And you find the magic, right? And then sometimes when I know when dudes are in a vacuum and it's utter fucking garbage. It could be. It has been.
That's basically.
And I would never call.
That's what happened to me that winter.
No, but I'm saying like it feels like this what React just played, man. It don't sound like nothing, B. Like nobody else shit, and it's fire, B.
What is this?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
What else?
I want that's if there's anything I want, it would be to know that I have my own sound. But it's
you definitely have your own. You definitely have your own sound.
Yeah,
that's always been a priority, you know.
And this is why we wanted you on the show because we really want you. We want the people and the masses, however our audience, but also your audience as well to hear your story, man. And sometimes, man, people we just we want things so fast, where and our attention span is not there, but if they sit and listen to the joints, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm sure they'll feel how I feel.
I'm a big baseball fan, and I'm just curious to know what this one sounds like. This one is called Cheating at Baseball.
Oh yeah, that's a wacky one.
That's good.
I called it that because it sounded like someone hitting a baseball. Also, there was all that Astros bullshit going on around that time.
Right.
You're a baseball fan?
A little bit here and there. My guy Lucas that I was shouting out, he actually does some statistics that he does like for a side career as well. But I don't actually watch much sports anymore, to be honest.
Gotcha.
But I try to stay tapped in about stuff.
This shit is crazy.
Yep. Thanks.
So many layers.
That's craziness.
The layers is I'm addicted to layering.
No, that's as the homie, my homie Kelsey from Overlord Radio.
Oh, I know Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey calls it seepage. That's the word, because when other things, just the elements start to seep in, like that's what it is, man. Yeah. Like, and it's dope because sometimes you feel like if you have some, I can hear the main chunk of the beat, but the layers start to come in, man. That's the meat and potatoes.
Well, that's no, but you got to add layers on it. You need the veggies. You need the
just play it around,
the bread.
Yeah.
You need the dessert. Like, you need way more than the meat and potatoes if you want to keep stacking layers.
Absolutely.
So, Kat,
Just
talk
following the
about
metaphor.
talk about equipment for us real quick.
Yes.
I know you mentioned FL 2021. That's what you're on now. Obviously, you play instruments and you're a musician at heart. But any other gear besides the Prophet and FL 21, beat machines, MPCs, whatever?
So I never really used much as far as like MPCs went. I didn't really have the money for hardware because I would drop so much stuff on synths, and like I have a couple of Nords. I have a Hammond XK1 that I never use anymore, but the main things I put in my beats, like the one
flex.
Full of Doubt that you heard.
That was a hard ass flex, bro.
That was a flex.
What was the flex?
That was a super
that you got a
flex.
Hammond just sitting there not doing nothing, collecting dust.
Oh, it's an electric one. I mean, it's it's not like a real organ. It's one of the early electric ones they had. But I used that for a lot of gigs back in the day.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I've got the Nord Electro 3. That's like the Full of Doubt, that more like the one I was talking about with the strings. Not the last one, but the one before it. That one's got the Nord on it. And then obviously the Prophet Rev 2, which is like I said, it's all over my wall. That's getting that in 2019 just like changed my life. I went from being mainly a sample based with like using a lot of soft synths like Arturia and stuff.
Yep.
Using my 404. I have a little family right here. Well, I don't know if I can get them all out from the shelf, but the one I can reach is that Mark II. That's what I use for all my live shows nowadays.
Dope.
Instead of the laptop.
Okay.
I did a little Ableton live show thing for a while, but just too much work to bring the laptop out and do all that. So it's nice to have something more convenient. But I have an OG 404
So you're
and a 303.
You're a team SP.
SP, yeah.
Okay.
I got a
Really?
nice, I got a 303 for it. It was like $150. I still can't believe. And it came with samples on it. Whoever had it before, it was the gnarliest siren. I still have no idea where it came from. So I used those a lot in like this was like 17, 18. And then by the time I got the Prophet, I started gravitating more towards using that to sound design all my patches. Cause I was like, okay, I feel like a lot of producers do that. They're like, okay, I want to pick my loops. Okay, no loops. I'm going to sequence my drums. Okay, I'm going to build my samples. Okay, now I'm going to learn how to play drums. Okay, now I'm going to learn how to build a snare drum, cut down the tree. It's
Right.
like you just keep going back and back. And obviously most people don't go that far, but I'm kind of exaggerating. But that's sort of why I started building sounds with the Prophet. I wanted to do way more than just use Arturia presets and dial in stuff that way. Bunch of random gear. I got some, MPKs. I've got some other controllers. I do a lot of drum programming with this nano pad, just like a little finger drum thing.
Yeah, we're really sitting here nerding out. This is great.
But yeah, I got a bunch of random gear. It's hard to list it all.
No, but bringing it back to the SP real quick, because Mint Plus brought up, and I have not done it yet. But Mint Plus.
Oh, Mint Plus. Yeah, he's the homie.
The 404 update.
The 404 update I heard is crazy. Have you done that yet?
Man, you're talking the Mark II?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, maybe. Is there new software that I got to get?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You have the Mark II, right?
Yeah, that's what I use for my shows, but I haven't updated since I got it.
Yo, Mint Plus said, and I have not, mine's is sitting right here in front of my face too as well. That there's a new update.
The 4.0 update. Yep.
Yeah, he said it's crazy.
Okay.
And they released it. They released it on
man.
April 4th because of 404. So the version is
404 day. Yeah.
Yeah, and the version is 4.04.
Yeah. Shout out to Roland because we love Roland, right?
Yeah.
4.04.
We love everything.
Hey, Roland.
All things Roland.
Send it over, Roland. Come on.
Yeah, please. We love Roland.
Send us some free
and
shit.
Shout out to Lightfoot, another Boston producer. I don't know if you know Lightfoot Beats. He was part of the 404 Mark II. What do you call it? Design of it. Like he did some testing for the early hardware before they dropped it.
Oh shit! Okay.
He had the NDA and everything.
He's probably down there with DiBiase.
Yeah,
DiBiase is
DiBiase.
another
Oh, man.
404 guy. Shouts to DiBiase.
Oh, before you say 404 guy, like he can't do anything on any machine. Like he's
Trust
crazy.
me, there's a 404 gang out there, and DiBiase.
Kat, you mentioned doing live shows. You mentioned doing live shows. Part of this update to the 404 was a live loop function, which is pretty dope.
Oh, yeah, well, that's definitely good to know.
Yeah, live looping and koala sampler integration.
Yes, that's the big one.
Oh man.
Yeah, because Koala is huge, man. Yeah, I love Koala. Yeah.
Yeah, I messed around with Koala a little bit. I don't think it ever made it to any of my like releases and whatnot, but I definitely have it on my phone.
I would be
so cool. I didn't know that they had
about the heat that's in that Koala, your Koala joints. I know you cooking up something. I do have to ask you this question though. Like is there a batch of up-tempo Catman joints? Because you are definitely within the 82, your sweet spot, 83 BPMs. That's your comfort, like, with joints.
Yeah, I think around
is
there.
Is there a 90s batch, a 90 plus or 100?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Where are the joints, bruh? Where are they? Are they?
I don't end up releasing a lot of them, but yeah. Now that you mention, I mean, if you go back to that project from 2019, Time Worn, there's definitely a more wide variety of tempos on that. A little bit of stuff that's plus 90
on the beat on the mixtape.
No, this is like just another one on Spotify. That mixtape I got to get on Spotify and streaming platforms. I'm trying to think. The one that you played to open it, I think, was a little different. I forget tempo wise where everything is.
That was a little different.
But I definitely have like 130 to 190 is like where I end up because I produce everything in double time in FL, and so what does that translate to? 65.
That's what I'm saying.
To 95.
So traditional, like 100, like or 90, like 90. BPMs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this file is 25. This file is 25 minutes long. I'm just gonna click. I'm just gonna click like 10 minutes and 30 seconds in, and just bring the music in. Let's see what we're working with.
Oh man, I got a million dreams.
Yeah, most of it's gonna be around 80 though, for sure.
That's all I do is dream.
Actually, can you drop the needle on 515?
Oh, he said 515. Look at that.
That one, that's a rare up-tempo 115 Catman beat.
What if I drop it on a 5? You said 515?
Yeah, I think it's around 5 minutes. Yeah. Not that I don't like that song too. That whole mixtape holds a special place.
Oh,
after I lost all that on the hard drive,
here we go.
I can't get back to most of those. I think this one is 115.
Yo, it just sounds crazy. Yo, react. This shit sounds crazy. Yeah, Cat.
Yeah, I guess I gotta put more up tempo.
So, that's another question I want to ask. Like, are you even thinking about artists? Or are you thinking? Do you have artists in mind when you do your music, or you just fuck it? Like, or I'm just like.
I mean, I did it for a while. I was definitely making stuff and sending beat packs out to people, and I don't know what happened when I got the Prophet, but I just all of a sudden was like, oh, this is like a different lane that I'm finding. Right. And again, it's kind of like, the Flylo thing where it's like albums like Los Angeles, all instrumental stuff. that's just too dense to rap over. I mean, you can definitely rap over plenty of Fly Low stuff. I don't know if you remember that Mac Miller joint from like 2012.
Of course.
What was it? SDS, I think. That beat is so dense and rappable at the same time. But I don't know if my stuff is not all of it's super rappable, you know.
No, I told you this a couple days ago. I'm like, hey man, trust me, I know a lot of MCs that can get busy off of Catman joints. That leads to my next question: like, do you even care? Because what and I know this is a vague question, but what do you want people to feel and think about Catman? Period. When they listen to your music. Like what legacy are you trying, or what path are you trying to blaze right now? You got your own lane. I'm telling you right now. Is it going to be fully instrumental? Or are you thinking about working with artists? I mean, like, what is it?
Oh, definitely. I actually was working on a project called Cabin Fever during the pandemic, where it was a lot of collaborations with like not just singers and songwriters and rappers, but also like horn players, like saxophone and like different things. I definitely like collaborating. I mean, I'm in a few bands. I've been playing with Latrell for a while in his live band on keys, and we have a couple of tracks together. Nothing that's made it to any of my projects. And I did some stuff with another local guy named Hayes. He's also out of Worcester area. But yeah, it's not that I've gravitated away from it completely. It's just more that I've been focusing so hard on making. I think when you say legacy, it's so hard to think of like that far ahead. But I think the lane that I've been trying to carve out is definitely a union of all the different musical personalities that sort of percolate in my head, but also like all my influences. Right. Like I mentioned, I was a metalhead for a while. Mm-hmm. A band that is still in my top 10 is, I don't know if you know the Swedish band Meshuggah. They are a huge influence on my stuff. And I basically just want my music to reflect just a fusion of all these different ideas and musical personalities that I just think reflect who I am. Right. And it's so hard to put like I don't know how to summarize it better than that. But I guess the biggest thing I can say is like putting that, like the big band and the orchestra arrangement in with the production side of things, because for a while they were completely separate. And it wasn't really until just before the pandemic, especially when I started getting more into synths and stuff, that I started fusing the two in a way that was like 100% me. I did it so much sample-based stuff in 17 and 18. In fact, I think there's still like a few sample stuff on like some of the Spotify projects. Right.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around your sound, which is a great thing. I mean,
me too.
No, and that's a great thing, man. You know, as inspiration, as a creator myself, I look to guys and I'm just like, when I necessarily can't figure out what the hell's going on, you know, that's the inspiration. Your music has a bop like that, man. Like, and it's just so many layers, but the chords are crazy too.
Can we get a big band BBL?
Oh, that's next on the list.
You got to do a remix with this.
Come on, you get big band BBL Drizzy.
Is that what the BB stands for?
Okay. There you go. Perfect.
Oh my
what is
God.
it? BBL so means what again? I'm
Brazilian butt lift.
Brazilian butt lift.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So
Drizzy.
Brazilian butt lift Drizzy.
Yeah. Everybody's on Drake.
Yep. Kat, talk about the two records that you sent us.
Oh, sure.
The ones that aren't out yet, because we got exclusives.
Yeah, I got.
I didn't even get a chance to set it up. Not really. You didn't.
I just did.
The album, name of the album, nothing like that. All right, fine.
That's his job, right, man.
You're the podcast guy.
Go ahead, Kat.
Didn't mean to steal Eddie's thunder, but yeah, basically, I've got a project that I've been sort of working on and off for a few years, and I had a lot of life. It's hard to explain, but I basically just like really, especially with that hard drive crash in 2022, I kind of lost a lot of steam. I lost a lot of stuff that I was going to put on that album. I had literally already bought the artwork that I'm using, and licensed it. But the album has evolved quite a lot since then, because most of those tracks I only have in waveform, only just 2 tracks left, and they're not mixed. They're not mastered. I didn't feel comfortable putting them out the way they were. So this project, somewhere in between. It's funny, you were just talking about where you find your lane and it's like legacy, and I've always thought of myself as sort of somewhere in between the jazz world and the beat world, where I'm trying to find my own lane that sort of fuses the two, but I never really feel 100% in one or the other. And so that's sort of where the title came from. And it's 10 tracks, and the two that I sent you guys are like sort of the singles that I'm hoping to get both of those dropped reasonably soon, so that it's not like the same week as the tape drop. But
let's not hope that there's another fucking battle. Jesus Christmas, man! They completely ruined Slum Village's weekend and Rhapsody, like completely.
Oh my God, Rhapsody! I totally forgot. I haven't even checked out the new Rhapsody yet. Oh.
No, not the album, but she dropped 3 a.m. with Erykah Badu. Yo, the record is
I haven't heard that joint yet. I've been meaning to. I saw it on Instagram.
Crazy. And then Slum Village's album is fucking so dope. And they just got clobbered. It's like, yeah. But go ahead.
Man, it is what it is.
Continue. Yeah. Somewhere in between.
Yep. So that's where the title came from. I've always felt kind of somewhere in between, like, and also just being a person who's, like I said, I study computer science. I have the day job as the software engineer, but I'm 100% a musician through and through. That's what I want to be doing. Just hard to make money doing it. And so I've always been kind of in between a lot of different worlds, and never really felt like I 100% fit in anywhere. Even when I was in high school, I was like friends with like the jocks, the musicians, the sort of more outcast nerd types, like the anime people.
He said jocks.
You know?
Damn. He called me he said the jocks. Shit.
Well, again,
that's Eddie. That's Eddie.
I am super football man over here.
As much as you could have jocks in my high school, we were not a big school, but I just mean like I've always been kind of just me and just like I'm introverted, but I'm also friendly. So even there, it's like, what am I? Like, I'm definitely an ambivert. And so that's, again, that concept, I think, just encapsulates my music, encapsulates this project. And these are tracks that I spent a long time picking and deciding the order, and mixed and mastered myself. Most of them, I've been getting some help from friends and colleagues, advice and stuff. But I've always been wanting to do that myself. And actually the two albums that are on Spotify and that mixtape are all mixed and mastered by myself. I've gotten better at it over the years. Like some of those ones you played earlier on, I was just like, oh God. But that's
they sound wonderful.
Thank you, man.
No, stop.
But that's how it is. That's how it is as an
absolutely.
artist. You can't, it's sort of like that benefit of the doubt that I still kind of feel that to some degree. It's like, unless you have that doubt and sort of like, oh, I can make this better, then how are you going to progress as an artist or as a human being? We all deserve a little bit of humility from time to time. If we're, otherwise, it's kind of like what Drake's experiencing right now, but
he's experiencing a lot of humility right now.
Yeah.
He's getting cooked in all different types of languages.
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't checked out the Spanish ones yet, but I'm excited.
Oh, the Spanish homies are getting that.
Well, if it's on the Metro Boomin thing, then it's all that same beat, but that's crazy. He's offering 10 bands for people now. It's like, oh my God, I kind of want to make a track with it just to.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make something. Here, look, he's getting cooked in Japanese. Ready? Yeah.
Oh man.
Getting cooked.
Oh my God. Wish I could understand it. There she is again. She's back.
Oh, we love my dudes.
I was just saying, I know Japan has a great hip hop culture. I really, outside of like Nujabes and like a few different artists, like I really haven't dived into it. I really have to check more of that out.
I'm telling you right now, you would kill him in Japan.
I would love to go to Japan. I haven't traveled enough, man. That would be so much fun.
Yeah, you would be slapped.
Are you hip to Louis Cole? The drummer, producer, singer. He's on Brain Feeder nowadays. Works with a group called Knower.
I can't say
Knower. They're just so out there. I don't know how to explain he's a similar big influence on me because he came from like a jazz drum thing, but he's doing an EDM thing and like kind of fusing a bunch of sounds. So,
it's just man, like you're like an enigma. Still, like after like we sat and talked for an hour, and I still can't pinpoint. And that's the great thing. That's the good thing about it, man. Because you know, I felt the same way with guys like Dilla, like you know, Flying Lotus. Like, what the fuck are they? You know, even Knowledge. Like, how the hell did he pull that loop and freak it?
Yeah, I'm honored to be in the same sentence as all those names.
It's a style of music that I never heard before.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. And every time I meet people or like talk to people about it and like or like, you know, go on a date or something, like, what kind of music do you make? It's like, I mean, it's like jazz fusion influenced electronic hip hop. It's like I literally have no idea how to explain it in one sentence.
He said on a date, so when he goes back to the crib and plays the joint.
Cat. At the end of the date, you asked him, you want to come back to the house and I'll show you my profit.
Oh man, that's intimate, you know.
Where's the famous jingle? Where's the best jingle on the planet right now?
Oh,
you still
Cat? Yeah, there you go. Let's ask him. Ask him. Go ahead.
This is the greatest jingle ever, man. And
hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. But go ahead.
Yeah. So.
Oh, where are you going with this?
When you're dating and everything, you know, because you're dating man and everything, and they ask you, and he's like, yeah, when you come back to the crib and everything, and you play the music.
Oh yeah. I thought you were gonna play a real jingle. Oh, okay.
Hey, bro,
hey, that's one bar of paper right there.
That is the greatest.
Yeah.
The guy who created that is kidding. Either he's a porn star himself and he got no money, or he's just chilling in Hollywood somewhere. He's like, yeah, I did the Pornhub jingle.
Man, I hope he gets some royalties from that.
All right, jeez,
that was kind of fly too. That's it.
I've seen people flip that too, like different beats. It's always.
Are you
so
serious?
Funny. Yeah, I mean, you got everything on Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
Oh my god! Can you imagine a house version?
But when you
of
said
it?
like jingle, like greatest jingle, I thought you were about to drop like Empire. I was like waiting for that.
That's a good one. 1877 Cars for Kids is a good one too.
Nobody cares about that.
Oh, don't get that in my head. Don't get that back in my head. Oh
so
man, I'm gonna be dreaming of that tonight.
They changed the claps on that bitch though. I don't know if you noticed that. I noticed.
Oh,
that.
it's different now.
Yeah,
I don't have a TV anymore, so I don't see it as much as I used to.
They changed.
Paid attention to the instruments.
I listened to a lot of baseball, bro. Trust me, that fucking that advertisement's everywhere. They changed the claps on that motherfucker. I'm telling you, they changed the claps on that shit. We gotta play the records from the upcoming project.
Yes, go ahead and play it.
Okay.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, this is track 5, Spontaneous.
Yeah. A world premiere.
Yeah, that's right. Exclusive shit.
Yeah, exclusive, baby. What a vibe.
See, you said that nobody could rap over your shit. Somebody get busy over this.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say all of them. I just said on average.
This is beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Crazy.
Man,
and that track's
crazy.
called Spontaneous.
Yep.
The release is when?
Release is May 22nd.
Ooh, May 22nd, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you.
And I can't find the thing I'm looking for. Sadly,
that's all right. Somewhere in between.
Yep. Suffice to say, it is a hilarious flip of Cars for Kids.
No. Oh, somebody flipped it.
Oh, I wish I could find it. I got to send my guy a message and see if he can send it to me in real time. He might be gigging tonight, though.
I'm telling you, listen to the old version and listen to the new version. They changed the claps. I'm telling you.
No, I don't even have it on my computer. Damn.
It's all good.
If I can find it,
it's all
play
good,
it.
man. It's all good.
I was just I can't even find it now because I was looking for somebody who flipped it's a musician I was just following, and he flipped like it was like a kid's cartoon.
Is it on YouTube, Cat?
No, it's on my friend's SoundCloud. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
Basically, what he did was he took the 8675309. You know that song?
Yeah,
Of course.
Jenny. He took that and he put the Cars for Kids sound over it. It matched perfectly, and it's legendary. But I think he took it down.
Damn.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's funny.
I wish I still had it on my. It was probably on my old hard drive. That's what I'm saying. I missed that whole mixtape that you played before. At the end of the day, that's all those beats are lost for the most part.
Talk about this other record, Pulse.
Yeah, so this one, Pulse, is definitely a completely different vibe from that. That one's more of like a boom bap influence. This one's more of like more of a down tempo. I don't know. I called it Pulse because it's just got this like pulsating sound where the bass and the chords are both like kind of beating, like sort of like how you got the two different beats in the heart. And
okay,
yeah.
Whoa! You hear them? You hear that naked snare in the beginning?
Oh man, he leaving naked drums.
Oh, is it playing now? I don't hear it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh
my. That's it. Yeah.
Good answer. I like. Man. Oh my God. This is amazing, bro. I can't even.
It's like the chorus here. Now this one's definitely rappable. I know.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Shout out to AJ Hall for the drum fills.
You said AJ Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know AJ Hall?
Here we go. This shit is crazy, man. Yeah, I got some AJ Hall kids sitting around.
Yeah, I was on.
I love
AJ.
this stuff, man.
Cat, this shit is crazy, bro.
It is, man. Oh, my
thank you, man.
This is crazy.
I had to include this one. It's just this one's pretty. I mean, they're all kind of their own unique sound.
When it comes to synths,
this one's definitely. Thanks. Oh, sweet too. The outro is like a whole different reharm too.
Say that again.
If you the next part of the outro is like a whole different set of chords.
Oh, word. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Flip the drums
breathe,
different,
bro. Let it breathe.
Thank you.
A world premiere.
Yeah, that's track 9 called Pulse. Yeah.
All I know is
really
all
excited
I know
to
is
drop
that
all this stuff, man.
I'm taking that taking that fucking snare.
Oh, please do.
That's mine.
Again, shout out to AJ Hall. He has some of the best drum fills and breaks. I don't really chop his breaks as much. His one shots are. Honestly, I use a whole wide variety of drums and some homemade samples. And
Cat, listen, man, this has been great, man. We truly wish. Trust me, it's going to happen. And all we ask is you come back to the show, because trust me, the music
anytime,
is crazy, B.
Yeah, music.
We got to have him back.
Appreciate that so
absolutely.
much,
yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Like, thank you so much, man, for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
You said May the 22nd?
Yep. May 22nd. It's a Wednesday.
Somewhere in between, ladies and gentlemen.
Go fucking buy it too. Don't stream that shit.
Yeah, you can stream it, but please buy it first. Yeah. Just buy direct.
Oh yeah, it'll be on Bandcamp too. Yeah.
Hey, you ever thought about vinyl?
Oh man, I've only been on. I don't have any of my beats on vinyl, but I was blessed to be on a Latrell James vinyl.
Okay.
We did like a few live joints of recreating for an EP that he did like 3 or 4 years ago. So. But as far as getting my music on wax, that's something that is definitely a life goal of mine.
Oh, it'll happen.
It's definitely attainable.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I hope so.
You can make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm still doing the work, I'm still climbing the ladder, but man, I appreciate you guys so much love in the room or in the virtual room tonight. And again, thanks so much for having me. Yeah.
We are your fans. We are going to be your vehicle. Like I said, your music is exceptional. It is fire. You got your own lane. There is no question about that. I don't think about anybody. I'm dead ass serious, and that's saying a lot, right? React. I'm saying like, and that's not, and it's all good to do music and sound like somebody and have your own spin, but you don't sound like nobody. B.
Yeah, when we had this conversation with Shoes 2 episodes ago,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like everybody sounds like somebody. Shoes drops quotables every episode. He said, I need singularities. None of these motherfuckers are singularities. That's what he said.
That's a t-shirt.
Singularity.
Yeah, it's a t-shirt. Yeah, but you, my friend, are a singularity for sure. Because ain't nobody fucking sound like you.
And that's like the biggest compliment you can get as a composer. It's like if people like are hearing your stuff and are like, oh man, I love it. You've got like a this vibe or that vibe. It's like, yeah, that's all nice and all to be compared with like greats, but it's just great to know that when people are just like, I don't even know what the sound is. That's what I always love to hear.
I'm dead serious. You are 101.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, like for real. I'm telling you, 101.
Make sure you follow this man too. Goddammit. Catman Beats on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud,
Catman Beats
everywhere, right?
Yep. All socials, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't post much on SoundCloud or Twitter, but yeah, Instagram's the main one I'm working on.
We got to go record shopping too, bro. You got to show me your spot when I come to play. Why you laughing, React? All right. No. I told you my fucking React. You're a fucking motherfucker, bro. You. We gotta go. You gotta show me the record spot.
Oh yeah, it's Stereo
real.
Jack's down the street from me. I just went and got some a couple days ago.
You can't be really revealing your sources.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
People, man, you gotta keep it hush, because
right down the street.
Yeah.
Down the road, Eddie.
Well, I'll be in Boston soon, man, and I'm gonna call you up, bro. We gonna hang.
Yeah, hit me up, man.
He's my new best friend, React.
There you go.
I always do that. Like, with all the talent, I get very giddy because I'm a fan, and it's okay. And I say, hey, he's my new best friend.
You just reminded me. It's in the corner there. I just was there the other day, and I got a copy of Jean-Luc Ponty, Imaginary Voyage, and I got it for like $3.
Oh, hold on,
and it's in great condition.
Hold on for a second, because you're a synth guy.
Eddie, you want to tell us what it is for the good folks who aren't watching?
For the good folks that on our who are not watching, this album is called Computer Music. So they have different compositions by Larry Austin, John Celine, Charles Dodge, Stanley Haynes, Bruce.
Oh wow!
Whatever, blah blah blah. Yo, but this record is crazy.
Is Wendy Carlos on that, or?
You said Wendy Carlos?
Oh, I was just curious. Yeah.
No. Wendy Carlos is not on this one, but Wendy Carlos is super dope. I mean, come on. Yeah. That's the industry standard there.
Oh, legendary. Yeah. Or what's it like? Bruce Hawk is another OG from the '60s. Raymond Scott. Like there's so many great.
There's a Bruce Pennycook on here too. Yo, I'm just telling you, this record right here, this album, there's some goodies on here.
Yeah, I don't know most of those names. I'm curious now. You have to bring that to Boston with you.
Oh, here's another one. You must own this record.
Oh, I don't know that one. No.
You don't have this one?
No, I don't think so.
No. Don Murrow. This record is crazy. It's called It's Time.
Oh, okay.
This record, like, first of all, when you go on record shopping and you just look and you see all the gear, you know what I'm saying? It's an automatic buy. Like, but there's so many joints on here, B. Crazy.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I love some of those. I'm trying to remember one of my pride and joys is the do you know the Fred Weinberg the Weinberg Method, that record? The Dilla flipped that for Factory.
Yeah.
That's the one of the electronic like computer music from, that's like a 70s one. But yeah, I wish I had more of those like deep cut like.
Well,
I don't have the money to pay for those like $50 records. I'm trying to build my collection.
No, they're in the $1. Trust me. Like when I come to Boston, pal, we are going record shopping. Because I got a couple spots too. But listen, man, thank you so much for coming to the Chop Shop.
Yes, sir.
Catman Beats, May 22nd, somewhere in between.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, guys. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. We appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, this has been great.
Oh, give me a little solo. Nice.
Let this shit play.